Hello and happy Monday. We're so happy to be starting off your week. I'm Gabe Evans.
And I'm Kylie McCoy, and you're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss.
We've got a packed show for you today, starting off with a story about how to get free clothes for an interview.
And later on, did you know if you live out of state, the absentee ballot opened today for Mississippi residents? That and more coming up.
But to start the show, we have some breaking news. There was a raid today at Hybrid CBD on Jackson Avenue. The raid was conducted by Mississippi's Alcohol Beverage Control. The owner's business car and home were all searched.
Neighboring businesses watched as about 10 boxes were carried out by officials and customers were told the store is closed. The cause for the raid has not yet been released.
Now let's take a look at your current conditions with weather anchor Mackenzie Cox.
Good evening, Rebels. It's currently 86 degrees with partly cloudy skies, but we'll start to see a chance of rain this evening. Stay tuned for the latest in news and weather.
Thank you, Mackenzie. If you are an Ole Miss student and in need of a professional outfit, we have just the solution.
NewsWatch reporter Tyra Walton has more on how you can dress to impress.
The Career Center is committed to assisting college students with career planning and development needs. One way that the Career Center helps college students is the Career Closet.
So the Career Closet runs off donated clothes, and students are allowed to come to the Career Closet once a semester and pick out a free professional outfit for them to keep.
My favorite thing about the Career Closet is definitely the variety in here. They have like dresses, blazers, all different types of styles and colors. So it's just a vast selection.
The biggest thing is, once you can take from the Career Closet, also feel free to give back. That's what we literally go through clothes, making sure students get the best professional fits. We go through them individually, make sure they're not stained or they're actually professional, things like that. So just making sure you use it as a resource. It's located in the South Oxford Center. I know it's not on campus, so that might be harder to get to. And we do have open hours mostly every Tuesday and Wednesday, and you can register for those on Handshake so that way you know when we're open. But other than that, make sure you just come and support and give back when you can.
If you want to dress to impress, come on down to the Career Closet where there are faculty and staff to help you on your journey to success. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, Tyra Walton reporting.
The results are in following a runoff election for the Ole Miss Homecoming Queen along with Mr. and Miss Ole Miss. Last Thursday night, Jakota White and Betsy Wise were named Mr. Ole Miss. Miss Ole Miss, along with Boner, crowned the Ole Miss Homecoming Queen. White expressed his excitement and stated he was honored, proud, and really grateful. Vice and Boner also expressed their excitement and extreme gratitude for voters for the support they received over the course of their campaigns. The annual Homecoming Parade and Pep Rally will take place this Friday at 5:15 p.m. starting at the Union Plaza.
In other news, the bank known as Guarantee, servicing individuals across Mississippi and Tennessee, has taken over the Oxford University Bank, located on University Avenue, and the Bank of Pontotoc. Founded in 1943, the bank states to be bringing a more extensive network with expanded services. The merger was finalized today, and aesthetic changes and signage will be implemented in the upcoming week.
Road work signs have appeared on Highway 7 at University Avenue, and construction is expected to begin soon. Construction is aimed at making improvements to the interchange and is being funded by the City of Oxford, Lafayette County, and the Mississippi Department of Transportation. All expenses that exceed the budget allocated by the state will be paid by MDOT. Oxford Mayor Robin Tannehill stated this past Tuesday that the city was informed by the State Department of Transportation that equipment would be moving in over the course of a few days. That process began late last week.
Well, as you may know, Ole Miss has many different majors and minors you can choose from. Within these majors, you have to have some elective hours.
Here at Ole Miss, we offer an array of electives from creative writing to fencing club. Here's NewsWatch reporter Lindsay Latchman on more of the fun classes offered here at the Oxford campus.
Ever wanted to try a hobby like scuba diving or fencing? Well, here are a couple cool classes offered that are unique to Ole Miss. Oxford Fencing Club teaches Fencing 118 for all those looking to try a duel and get an elective credit while you're at it.
Fencing Club got started at Ole Miss in 1989. So I dug my gear out and knocked the rust off and showed up one night, and I've been fencing ever since.
Looking to add a thrilling new addition to your curriculum? Well, on guard.
Started with a big dirty warehouse and we converted it into a pretty nice fencing facility. I try to teach them everything I can to make them as good as possible and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. Gives you self-confidence. It's very good exercise. Hope that everybody that starts to fence figures out very quickly that it's a lot of fun. As long as you can move, you can keep fencing. And it keeps you young.
Another fascinating class making a splash at Ole Miss is Scuba 142. Twice a week, you can learn how to scuba at a beginner level.
This gives you the opportunity to learn to dive and become a scuba diver and have a lifetime pastime underwater. There's nothing like it on the planet. The semester starts our 41st year at Ole Miss.
Phenomenal. You get to be in the pool, but why take scuba diving?
Started with EL 142, which is the entry-level class. I started back when I was in college. The opportunity for people to get involved in scuba diving, it results in their being eligible to go to open water and become what's called open water certified.
For a semester, you can take a dinosaurs course where you learn all things T-Rexes in ancient times. Here's what Professor Retram had to say about Geology 120.
Everybody loves dinosaurs as kids. You love the Jurassic Park, you love the Jurassic World movies. We'll talk about them. We'll learn about those dinosaurs that you see in those Hollywood films, and then we'll talk about what Hollywood got right and what Hollywood got wrong. You can find dinosaurs here in Mississippi. Talk about all kinds of dinosaurs, from footprints of dinosaurs all the way up to their different bones. In about a year and a half, we're going to have a dinosaur lab.
NewsWatch, Leslie Lackman reporting.
Enrollment rates are growing and out-of-state students may find it much harder to get into the university.
Yes. And Chancellor Gwen Boyce says when the stats come out, this will be the largest freshman class the university has ever seen.
Reporter Caroline Dardeau gives into rapid growth and holding capacity. Let's take a look.
Over the past 3 years, Ole Miss has been setting new records each year with the incoming freshman class. The freshman enrollment in 2021 was well over 3,500 and well over 4,400 in 2022. This growth continued in 2023 with over 5,000 freshman students enrolled, according to the university's website. This year will be no different, as Chancellor Boyce stated that when the numbers are released, this will be the biggest freshman class in university history. According to the Ole Miss admissions website, in-state students do not have a required GPA or ACT and SAT score, whereas out-of-state students are required to have a 3.2 GPA and either an ACT or SAT score to be considered enrollment into this university. After multiple attempts, university officials across campus refused to comment or did not respond to requests to interview. When visiting the Chancellor's office in hopes to receive a comment, I was met by office staff sending me to the News and Media Relations office here at Ole Miss. As they stated, quote, "They filter through our comments." After visiting the university's New Media and Relations office, they gave no comment because the enrollment will not be released until later this fall. Every school has had a different experience, but Farley Hall's Associate Dean of Graduate Programs for the School of Journalism and New Media, Dr. Marquita Smith, took time out of her day to share insight on the situation.
And so even last week, we had several students who are still being contacted that housing is available. Some are still looking, and so just trying to get our students settled and onboarded to the start of the semester was a bit more hectic than normal.
With an increase in students, there's more diversity, talent, and competitiveness. There are more opportunities and clubs that will become available in order to suit more students' needs.
The question that everybody wants to know is, have we outgrown the building? Certainly, we're serving students with all of the buildings that we can on campus. So classes are all over and not just offered here at Farley Hall. So we're doing the best we can to try to figure out how to utilize the larger institutional resources, to serve all of our constituents. I think there's an opportunity for just about every student. So we want to challenge students to really find their lane and find their people and, connect to a tribe and to really make their journey here, one that's going to be both memorable and also academically challenging.
We look forward to seeing how this university will grow. I am Caroline Dardo with NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Well, coming up, we'll have a NewsWatch reporter giving the upcoming presidential election updates.
Stay tuned to find out more details on former President Donald Trump's second assassination attempt.
Plus, see how much Vice President Kamala Harris has raised for her campaign. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back after the break.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back. to learn from the pioneers and trailblazers,
to gain inspiration from those who came before us,
to show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels, that's a love we can all fight for.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. What do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss.
We're going to turn it over to NewsWatch reporter Phoebe Kramer for The Watch.
Thank you, Gabe. As this election season begins to ramp up more, the Democratic ticket is pulling out all of the stops. The party's reproductive freedom bus tours arrived in Detroit, Michigan yesterday. The rally had many celebrities in attendance, including Kerry Washington and other members of the show Scandal. The tour is expected to make at least 50 stops this fall. This comes after Democrats say they want to showcase the need to protect Roe v. Wade, as the Republican ticket may try to ban abortion nationwide. In related news, as the Democratic Party ramps up support, Vice President Kamala Harris continues to make huge strides for the party. After a trip to New York, she left raising nearly $27 million for her campaign. Here's Harris to talk about more about it.
For our message and what we need to do in terms of moving forward and charting a new way forward and dispensing with all of the attempts to divide our country and to just really the problem I think on the other side is that there is a devaluation of who the American people are. Just don't really understand that we've got a lot of good people in our country who want to work hard and do well and want a leader who believes that we're, in this together.
On the other side of the election, there is now more information on former President Trump's second assassination attempt. The man accused, Ryan Ralph, allegedly wrote a letter detailing the planning of the attempt. This comes following his court appearance earlier last week when Ralph was ordered to stay behind bars. In the alleged letter, Ralph includes a $150,000 reward to anyone who could complete the job. And as this election season nears the big finale, Donald Trump is already preparing for the next major election year. He states that he may not run in the 2028 election if he does not win this upcoming presidential election. Well, that's all I have for The Watch with your national news updates. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. Speaking of the election, the November 5th absentee ballots are now available in Mississippi.
In order to vote absentee, you have to apply and be eligible. Applicants can be found at any circuit clerk office in the state.
The last day for absentee voting is October 7th. For more information, visit y'allvote.ms.
Well, we are joined with weather anchor Mackenzie Cox. Can you tell us a little bit about tonight's conditions?
Absolutely. We're looking towards a much cooler evening as we have some cloud coverage moving in, but that is foreshadowing the rains and storms that we may have later this week. But we'll be back with more updates for weather and news after the break.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team up.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now it's 86 degrees outside. It's been hot and muggy all day. Very high humidity levels, foreshadowing some of that rain that we might have later. But cloudy skies, still had a little bit of sun peeking out here and there. Winds coming in low and variable, about 4 miles per hour from the southwest. Low chance of precipitation all day today. Been a very similar day all across North Mississippi. So you can see our highest 88 in Tupelo, but most of us falling in the mid 80s there, 85, 86. On tonight's forecast, we're going to be cooling off a little bit, like I mentioned, just below 70 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. That cloud coverage will be moving in and continuing to build up throughout tomorrow, but nothing too much to worry about. Winds, that chance of precipitation will start to increase, coming in at 15% this evening. So might be worth bringing a rain jacket or an umbrella if you're headed out just to be safe. Looking into tomorrow, we'll be warming up again, 81 degrees. I know that it's fall now, but we've still got some of these summer temperatures here in Oxford. Partly cloudy skies, and you'll see 24% chance of rain, a little higher on those winds, so definitely want to put an umbrella in your backpack tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast all throughout Mississippi, it's going to be a similar day. You'll see we have some lower temperatures on this side of the state because of that potential rain moving through, a little bit warmer in Tupelo and Corinth. And here's an updated graphic from the National Weather Service in Memphis talking about some of those severe storms that we might face coming up. Nothing too bad for our area, but we do expect that this level 1 warning might shift down to Oxford in the coming days, just as we expect some more rainfall. But really our main threats will just be some wind and potential hail, but nothing really expected too much on that front, thankfully. Looking ahead to our 5-day forecast, you can see that rain really starts to pick up on Thursday and Friday, but with that comes a drop in temperatures, which I know a lot of us are looking forward to. Thankfully, it moves out in time for a nice weekend.
All right, well, we are certainly glad that those temperatures will be, the conditions will be nice on that weekend, but we've got another weekend full of football this weekend.
Yes, we stayed dry, and we will talk about how Ole Miss football collected another win for their perfect season record. And the men's golf team is showing off in Texas. Check back in after the break for more.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Here's your challenge. How many riders in green jump the ramps? Go. Five riders in green jumped the ramps. But did you notice the unicyclist? How about the hidden message? Did you see that? Did you notice the man dropping the suspicious backpack? Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back. I'm Erica Dirkey with Sports Watch. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Because Georgia Southern definitely does. Ole Miss dominated Earth, Wind, and Fire as the run game, passing game continued to be aflame this past weekend. The number 6 Rebels completed a perfect 4-0 non-conference schedule with a 52-13 win against Georgia Southern in front of a record crowd. Ole Miss has outscored their opponents 220-20 in their first 4 contests. The defense also allowed their first touchdown after 195 minutes of gameplay. Trey Harris was relentless with 11 passes for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Dart keeps turning heads, going 22 for 31 for 382 yards and 4 touchdowns, adding 36 yards rushing. And once again, their victory came despite quite a few flags, 11 penalties for 133 yards. Next weekend begins conference play at against Kentucky. I hope you already have your tickets since the Vaught is all sold out for the rest of the year. And also, Ole Miss men's golf is currently leading the Valero Texas Collegiate by only 1 stroke at 23 under par. Michael Lasasso had an impressive back 9 with 7 birdies. He stands tied for 2nd overall at 8 under par with Cohen Trolio, who didn't have a bogey for 13 holes in his round yesterday. Cameron Tankersley also falls in the top 10 at tied for 6 with 5 under par after he shot 5 birdies on the day. The final day of the match is today, where the Rebels look to win their first tournament title of the year. Ole Miss women's soccer fell to LSU on Sunday night in Baton Rouge in a heartbreaking 1-0 game. Shu Oba had 9 saves in the first quarter, her most as an Ole Miss Rebel, but the offense only managed 2 shots on goal as the Tigers outshot them 22-7. Ole Miss is returning to Oxford to host the Texas Longhorns on Thursday, looking to get back into the win column. And going back to golf, the women's team is in first at the Mary Fossum Invitational with an impressive 11-stroke lead, led by Caitlin McNabb's record-breaking round. McNabb shot a near-perfect round with 7 birdies and 1 eagle. Her score of 64, 8 under par, was not only her career best, but also a course low, tournament low, and 2nd lowest round in program history. Right on her tail is Mississippi State's Nicole Gall, who also shot a career best 68, 4 under par, and is tied for 3rd. The Rebels teed off this morning and are looking to win their first medal this season. And that's all I've got for sports. So be sure to follow us on X at rebel_watch for the latest sports updates. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you, Erica. Coming up, we will be looking at the Free Grove concert that took place on Sunday.
NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
And just like that, she starts to grin. A special flame's been lit within. The spark of something new begins. There's something in the water. On her own, she's in the zone. Determination can't be thrown. Resilience building in her bones. There's something in the water. With her gator on and her waders on, she can tackle anything till dawn. There must be something in the water. On and off the boat she flies. The sky's the limit, she's soaring high. She's a force of nature on the rise. There's something in the water.
Just try one. If you don't like it, it's easy to give up.
Uh-oh, nicotine. I'd better move fast. Up and away!
Go on, kid, go on.
Superman, is it hard to give up smoking or is it easy like nicotine says?
You no good windbag, nicotine.
No, Superman. Leave me one. Please, I need one. Just.
That's how hard it is. That's why I never say yes to a cigarette.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend? Your friend might be worried, sad, grumpy, angry,
Stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial, lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less, eating more. Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org. Awkward.
What's a better way to reset your upcoming week than listening to music?
Yesterday, the country group Maddie and Tay came on campus and performed.
Here's NewsWatch reporter Phoebe Kramer with more highlights from the concert.
Yesterday, SIA hosted a big concert on the Grove, with plenty of performers for the student body to come together for homecoming week.
I'm one of the co-directors, one of the entertainment co-directors for the Student Activities Association. So we host the concert, we host Ole Miss Idol, and the Union Unplugs, and a bunch of various other events throughout the year. Today we have two openers. The first one is Just Jane, and the second is Annie Bosco, and then the last and final act is Maddie and Tay.
This isn't only a time for students to come together, but an opportunity for freshmen to meet each other.
It was really just kind of like a spur of the moment thing. My friend and I saw that there was a concert going on, and we thought it'd be really cool to check it out, and maybe even meet some new people. So we just really wanted to see what was going on.
SAA had a successful turnout with many students attending, along with great performers. I'm Phoebe Kramer, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Well, I don't know about you guys. Personally, I did not make it to the concert, but I did see mic check and catch them setting up.
SAA holds a lot of events for freshmen and just loads of students. My favorite is the silent disco.
See, I love the mechanical land shark and all the things that they do during homecoming week, like they had the trampoline today. So fun.
Yes, SAA really does a lot during homecoming week to allow freshmen to really get involved with some things on campus and have a little fun for homecoming. But that's all we have for tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I'm Gabe Evans.
And I'm Kylie McCoy with your latest news.
I'm Erica Durkee from Sports Watch.
And with Stormwatch, I'm Mackenzie Cox.
Be sure to keep up with us on your socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.